How's it going, folks? First of all, happy Friday the 13th. You might notice my shirt. No lives matter. Well, Jason was an equal opportunity killer. He hated everybody, and he killed everybody equally. You know, he didn't care if you were cops or old or young, or he didn't give a shit. No, it's fictional. It's just a novelty. I'm just joking. But just to touch on that just a little bit, it's amazing to think of how those movies in the 80s, all the Jason movies and Michael Myers and all that shit from the 80s, is like cartoons compared to the shit they're putting out today. Like the Saw series and Wrong Turn and Hostel and all this extremely graphic shit. I mean, you didn't see all that shit back then. Yeah, you saw a knife plunge into somebody. You saw an axe to the face and even some pretty graphic stuff. But you saw it for like a split second and then the camera would look away. And it would show Jason walking off and that was the end of it. As opposed to the Saw series where now you see people freaking being tortured just for the sake of being tortured. You see some guy being put in some big cage and he's all locked up in some twisting device and twisting his arms around 360 degrees, twisting his legs around, he's screaming in agony. Who the fuck would want to watch that? I don't watch that shit. I don't watch any of that stuff anymore. I mean, holy shit. The shit they put out today, as far as horror movies, it makes Jason and Michael Myers and Leatherface look like the Super Friends of Legion of Doom. Like cartoons, for Christ's sake. It's ridiculous. Okay, now many of you are probably wondering why I'm wearing my Revolutionary War hat. Those are the hats they wore back in the day. Back in 1776. The reason is, kind of like when I made my video with my army hat. Democrats have declared war on us. They've absolutely declared war. I've said it in another video. I'm saying it again. I did not watch the Democrat debates. I'd rather watch fucking paint dry or the grass grow or a head of lettuce wilt before I'd watch any of their debates. But I caught the highlights. I caught the highlights of that Beto, the fake Puerto Rican Beto, Robert Francis O'Rourke, an Irish guy pretending to be a Puerto Rican. Yeah, pretending to be a Puerto Rican. He's such an asshole. He's even more of an asshole than Eric Swallowswell. At least Eric Swallowswell quit while he was ahead. Well, you can't say he quit while he was ahead. He was never ahead. Eric never got above 0%. Eric Zero. That's what I always called him. Beto is just scamming people for campaign money. That's all he's doing. But during that debate, it was very telling. Very telling. Oh, my hat's crooked here. That pirate hat. That's not a pirate hat. It's a Revolutionary War hat. I'm going to get on that subject in a minute, but let me get back to Beto here. I'm getting sidetracked. But, well, he was saying, oh, hell yeah, we're going to take your AR-15s. We're going to take your AKs. Well, no, you're not, asshole. And if you're going to do it, I want you to do it personally. I want you to go to all them people in Texas. Well, at least the part of Texas that is still red. And I want you to go knocking door to door and saying, hello, Mr. and Mrs. America. I'm here to confiscate your guns, whether you like it or not. Go to Mississippi, where I used to live and work back in 2014. And I got to know a lot of those people. There's something to say about Southern hospitality, man. There really is. They accept everybody. As long as you're a gentleman and as long as you're courteous and cool, they're cool with you. But you fuck around with those people, well, you go fooling around other folks' property or anything like that, watch what happens to you. They got no problem fucking coming out of their freaking front door with a shotgun or some shit. Go tell them you're going to take their guns, Beto. You'll be facing more than you bargained for. And your little gun buyback, which you didn't own it in the first place. So how are you buying back something you didn't own to begin with? And think about that. Think about that really deeply. That's the same thing as like somebody coming to my apartment by force and grabbing my microwave oven over there and saying, I'm taking your microwave oven. If you want it back, well, you gotta pay me for it. Oh, okay. So I give you $100 to $200 cash to buy back my property. That's what that's like. It's the same fucking thing, man. I mean, it's a little different, but it's the same concept. So what do you mean? You're taking my property and you expect me to pay my money to buy my own property back that you took illegally? It's a safe bet this asshole will never be president, ever. Ever. I think deep down Beto O'Rourke knows that. And that's why he's just stringing people along for campaign funds and campaign donations and cash and whatnot. That's what he's doing. But make no mistake, what he said when he said, oh, hell yeah, we're taking your AR-15s, we're taking your AKs. That, first of all, that would be shot down by the Supreme Court. Not only does it violate the Second Amendment, it violates the Fourth Amendment against unlawful search and seizures. If he tries to pull that shit, as far as I'm concerned, you have every right to fucking open fire. You can't come in my house and just take my property. Are you kidding me? Hell no. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous what this guy is. What he's proposing. He has no conception at all about what the Constitution is really about. And he wants you want to start a revolutionary war? Well, we're all here. And we're not going anywhere. Excuse me. Yes, I'm drinking. Today's Friday, and it's Friday the 13th. Jason. Hell, even Jason would be a freaking revolutionary. Because you realize, well, hell, they're going to take all my victims away. I'm just joking. At the same time, this Beto, he's got to go. He's terrible. He's the most ridiculous candidate next to Eric Swalwell. Just absolutely ridiculous. Just like Gilligan Gillibrand. She was another one. At least both of them had the good sense to drop out when they knew that it ain't going to happen. And you better stop while you're ahead. But if they want to push this, well, it's not going to happen for several reasons. And here's one of them. Wherever you live, anyone watching this video, if you got a constitutional sheriff, he's not going to go along with that. Neither are his deputies. A sheriff is the highest law of the land. As long as he's in his jurisdiction, he can even tell the feds to get out and get lost. And no, even the FBI, nope, you get the hell out of here. I'm not going to, my constituents, because the sheriff is the only one that's involved in law enforcement that's elected by a commonwealth. And as such, he can tell even the feds to get the hell out of here. I will not freaking violate the constitutional rights of my constituents that elected me to be responsible for them. That's not going to happen either. And that's a beautiful thing. Some sheriffs are not like that, but most are. They take the Constitution very serious. And it's a good thing. Yeah, my costume hat don't stand on too freaking good. But I wore it for symbolism. I wore a hat every different video. I told you all that. And you're still smoking. I'm going to be quitting soon when I go back to work, so for the time being, shut your mouth. I'm not going to be sitting here waiting for a job all day and not smoking. Never mind. Different point. I'm getting way off track here. But to get back on track, no sheriff and law enforcement will agree to that. All right. Most law enforcement, they want people to be prepared with the Second Amendment. Because most of them can't, if they live in a rural area, they can't get there fast enough. So they want their constituents to be prepared. Bottom line, when seconds count, now, the cops can't freaking prevent you from getting a home invasion and getting killed. They can only investigate it after it happens. I want the capacity to defend myself and defend my life. So Beto, it's not going to happen. Another argument that's been used was, oh, what could your little AR-15 going to do against tanks and drones? Yeah, that's why we left Afghanistan 10 years ago, right? Just saying. Just saying. Now, if you want to start a fucking war, a revolutionary war, you're going to be facing way more than you bargained for. Most cops will not agree to it. Most National Guard will be like, no. They all have family and friends in these communities as well. That's why they'll be like, no, I'd sooner take my uniform off, throw it on the ground, and I'll stand with the people before I stand with someone like Eric Swallowswell or Beto, who wants to strip people of their constitutional right. That's ridiculous. You can't just sign an executive order stripping away constitutional rights. That's not how it works. Obama tried it. He signed, one time he signed like 23 executive orders trying to outlaw guns, and the Supreme Court shut them all down. Shut them all down. You want to start a fucking war? Oh, what are you guys going to do? Yeah, well, during the Revolutionary War, which is why in honor I wore this hat, all they were was a bunch of farmers and carpenters and laborers, blacksmiths, and so on and so forth. That when the call to duty came on and the British Army came over, through thick and thin, they fought. And it was bad. And there was major casualties, but we eventually beat them off and ran them off. And we defeated them. That's why we have the freedoms we have today. Period. End of story. All right? That's all I'm saying. No, shit, I'm almost going on 14 minutes here. I violated my own 10-minute rule that I have. That's all I want to say. If they want to start, you're going to start another civil war, revolutionary war, call it what you will. You're not taking our fucking firearms. You're not taking our freedoms away. Beto or Swallowswell or all you other assholes running on the Democrat ticket. Good luck with that. It's not going to happen. I'm here to tell you today it's not going to happen. All right. That's about it. I made my points. They can take their gun buyback shit and shove it right up their ass. It's not going to happen. All right. God bless y'all. I love y'all. Have a happy Friday the 13th. And watch all the Jason movies. Have a Jason marathon. All right. I love y'all. Bye.